Hello, hello, hello. Imagine it was almost 3 months since I streamed and you joined me on this beautiful Saturday evening because the previous stream was, I think, exactly on the 6th of January 2024. That means that was since I started streaming like 5 years ago. This was the longest ever break from streaming. And I have a lot of reasons that I took the break. But I don't think we will go through that list. Honestly, I was not really feeling like I want to stream anymore, so I just stopped. Because if something like, becomes a job, or at least something that looks like a job, and you have to do it again and again and again and again, then you don't want to do it. Anyhow, we are here and we have a lot of interesting topics. Trust me, guys, in the next hour, we're gonna talk about some pretty cool shit. And the cool shit will be connected with INAV, Express LRS, INAV configurator. We're gonna talk about tiny whoops, hopefully. That depends on the time, of course, and how our discussion gonna go. And we're gonna talk about the Magless navigation, which is like, oh, it's so amazing. Like the Magless navigation is something that appears in the INAV 7.1, and it's like the best thing since the sliced bread. You don't need magnetometer on your drone, and it will return to home position, hold, everything will work. Maybe not really like everything and always, but still, it's pretty much amazing. Not like fully functional, but pretty cool and pretty nice thing. So on top of that, looks like we finally are getting some interesting weather over here in the Eastern Central Europe, because I think since the beginning of March I was like flying 4 times, maybe even 5 times, and to be honest, that's more than in the whole second half of the 2023. So it's pretty amazing. I was even flying today with some interesting stuff. One of those is connected with this thing. This is Express LRS. This is 900 megahertz Express LRS receiver. And the ones of you who watch my community stream, the posts I post on the YouTube, probably already are aware that this is connected with the Express LRS airport. We're gonna talk about the Express LRS airport in just a minute. And yeah, later I will show you a few interesting takes that have a pretty good chance of appearing on the INAV 8. INAV 8 is gonna be fantastic. Trust me on that. Of course, if this thing will ever happen, because anything. Yes, no, RC. Hello from Germany. Hello from Poland at the moment. Germany, Poland, best friends in Europe. Not counting the history, of course. So, okay. Any interesting topics from your side? Anything I should be aware of? Some interesting discoveries? Maybe some super fancy news that is going through the hobby right now, but I somehow missed it because I do tend to miss different stuff. And I'm very often like too late to the game. But if you have anything interesting, then drop your comments in the chat. This is something that we will definitely will want to talk later. But one of the topics I want to share with you today is, of course, INAV 7.1. We only released INAV 7 like when? In December. That was like 4 months ago, in the beginning of the December. Originally, we planned to release INAV 7.1 somewhere in February, but then the weather in February is not that great. Turned out that the guys and also me had something else to do. We still waited for a few interesting features to drop by. This is why INAV 7.1 goes live in 2 days. Yeah, on Monday, the 1st of April. No, it's not a joke. This is not a joke release. We are going live on the April the 1st. There will be no special stream. I'm just gonna hit the button, publish everything, and you will be super happy. And INAV 7.1 brings a few super interesting things to the table. Excuse me for a second. Everything is basically prepared from our side. We have the release ready, and if we go into the excuse me, into the list of the things First of all, INAV 7.1 will make it possible to set up a tail-seater VTOL. You know that VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing, that is not really like transforming because it's shifting the motors or anything like that. It's just like lands like a drone, then takes off and transforms into the flying wing mode. This thing will be finally supported in INAV 7.1. There will be a separate platform time called the tail-seater VTOL, and you will be able to use this thing with only one mixer profile, because if there is no transformation of how everything is handled, there is basically only one mixer profile. A lot of users will be very pleased to see that the filtering on the ICM 42688P gyros, basically I think this is the most popular gyro at the moment on the market, because everybody are putting ICM gyro on their flight controllers. Why? Because it's available, unlike the MPU 6000, for example. The filtering on this thing will be greatly improved, and most probably this gyro will finally and once more time behave exactly like it should be behaving, and there will be no penalty of going with the ICM gyro. But that's that. There will be some changes to SD, some new targets, some GPS improvements, and what I already mentioned, Magless navigation. What is a Magless navigation? It's just a navigation without the magnetometer, because previously you had to have a magnetometer to be able to have any GPS assisted flight mode. Position, hold, cruise, return to home, waypoints, you just had to have magnetometer. Now, it's no longer true. It's fully possible to fly without magnetometer, because how it works right now, INAV will just take off, you take off, you fly with the GPS enabled, INAV gathers the cruise over ground and then tracks it with the gyro movements, works pretty nice, and gives, position hold without magnetometer. It's there. By the way, the video about this topic also goes live on the channel on Monday, so you'll be able to learn more, or become a patron supporter on the YouTube. You will have early access, etc., etc., etc. But this is absolutely a thing. By the way, this is interesting because this feature was developed kind of by accident. The original idea is to improve the handling of the magnetometer, but then after a shot out, the same guy who brought you VTOLs and fixed the artificial horizon, implemented this, someone says, oh, you don't really need magnetometer to have position hold. How cool is that? So that's that. Of course, this is also something that pilots will have to remember. The Magless navigation will be less precise than the navigation when your multi-rotor has magnetometer. This is just the reality. If you have the magnetometer, then the INAV always knows your current heading and can act accordingly. However, without the magnetometer, then there is only an estimation. And as the result, in most of the cases, it's fine, but there's always a possibility that it's not fine, and strange things are going to happen. So if you have a working setup with the magnetometer, don't throw out the magnetometer, just keep it there. The new code will also greatly improve tracking, and this will be pretty nice. What do you think? What do you think about the Magless? 12 years old is better than 1 year old whiskey. I'm not even sure if you are legally allowed to call something that's 1 year old 1 year old whiskey. I honestly don't think you can. On the other hand, I learned something interesting. If something says that this is the 12-year-old whiskey, it doesn't mean that it's 12 years old whiskey. Okay, with single malts, yes, this is then it was somewhere, but with the cheaper, and it's not single malt, multi-malt, just like blended whiskey, that something was 12 years old. There's also something with the age of the barrels. I'm not sure how this implements, but if something says it says 12-year-old whiskey, it doesn't mean that it really was in the barrel for 12 years. That's interesting. Salvatore Patti, nobody is working on the landing on the switch, but maybe somebody will, because I have an idea on work on that for some time already, but no guarantee when when I will be. Let me quickly add the YouTube, since the last time I streamed, change something in the user interface. I don't know how to use this thing right now, but okay. Let me Magless navigation. Yay, nay. And by the way, with the Magless navigation, another reason to use Betaflight over INAV is just gone, because what INAV will offer is better than the GPS rescue. I had so much fun testing this thing. Like I said, video on Monday, so in 2 days, but cleaning fluid, yeah. Recently, I got very much into gin. Whiskey, not so much. But gin and tonic is recently something that I allow myself to drink a little. Volodymyr, hello, nice to see you. So that's that. Yay. Oh, somebody said nay on the Magless navigation. But like I said, with the Magless navigation, this is the thing that if you already have a magnetometer enabled, then it doesn't really make sense to use it, because why would you? However, I want to show you something. Which one? This one. I want to show you something. Yeah. I'm working on something interesting for the INAV 8. It will not be available in the INAV 7 yet, but with the INAV 8, you will be able to see something like that, which basically turns INAV configurator into ground station control software. Not fully, not like fully blown out, like, for example, I don't know, everything that ArduPilot uses, but you will be able to see the position on the mat with the LTM protocol, basically usable with everything, and you will no longer need a dedicated software to have some interesting navigation features. This is the quick recording of some of my flights I took today with this software. It's not perfect. It's like, you see, the voltage is completely bonkers, because the voltage says it's 240 volts and the speed is 600 meters per second. Damn, that would be one fast drone. But as you can see, we have some progress, and it's actually pretty nice. By the way, for now it will be using for sure it will be using the LTM protocol, and if you have somewhere like Express LRS hardware laying around, you will be able to use the A report to basically get the direct telemetry downlink from your UAV and observe how you're going, how you fly, and even have some later, of course, have some extra features available on the map. This is pretty cool. This is something I'm working on for the last few weeks, and so far it's looking good. So INAV 8 will get something like this, and hopefully that will close a gap, because since a few years there is only basically one ground station software that is INAV compatible, and this is the MWP tools developed by Stronach. By the way, Stronach also helps to build INAV. However, Stronach's MWP tools is available only on the Linux, and majority still of the laptops and the hardware you use basically on the fields is not Linux, but it's Windows, and setting this thing on Windows, even with the WSL, is somehow like a problematic endeavors. But an INAV configurator is everywhere, so hopefully having the ability to see where you are flying will be just out of the box with the INAV configurator, and I think that will basically close one of the feature gaps that INAV has comparing to the ArduPilot. So INAV 8, late 2024, it will be there. Mil FPV, are Ukraine using Ardu or INAV or any other war? Everything. both sides of the war in Ukraine are using everything they can get, and like everything. Honestly, maybe not like Silverlight for the tiny whoops, but ArduPilot, Betaflight, INAV, everything. Of course, airplanes rather not Betaflight, but they just like whatever they have. Olra has a question about more of the rangefinders on the I2C bus. Hardware, man, like, of course we can add more rangefinders to INAV, but first there has to be hardware that we can work on. By the way, somebody is working on the for INAV 8 on adding much more rangefinders to the mix. I don't remember the names, but at least there will be like 2 new rangefinder supporters, so that will be the kind of interesting. Volodymyr asking if Polish military reached to me for help. I won't tell. No, but I was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago I was on pretty interesting drone-related conference about drones, and of course in the context also of the military use. We had some pretty interesting discussions. I'm getting new. I'm meeting new friends. I'm meeting new people. Things are happening, but shh. Nobody says anything. Anyhow. I had my first experience with ArduPilot. I got the Fimi Manta, the VTOL. I released a video about this week, I think. And that was my first practical experience with the ArduPilot. And don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure ArduPilot hates its users. Oh, that was such a no. Don't get me wrong. ArduPilot has some amazing features. Like if you want to have navigation capabilities and the ground station modes and everything connected with the super fancy stuff you can do with the navigation features of the ArduPilot, it's super fantastic. It's like wonderful. There's nothing better. However, ArduPilot has one serious problem. Like I said, ArduPilot developer hates it. There's users. Like I will show you something. ArduPilot Express. I will show you a piece of the documentation. Not this one, not this one. Wait, which one? There is the one of the sentence just like killed me. Where was it? Now I'm pretty sure I won't be able to find something. But there is one sentence somewhere in the documentation of the ArduPilot that I think is designed to help you to set up Express LRS and oversee RSF protocol. But when I read this sentence, I was like, no, really? Are they really wanna help us or make everything works? Now, I'm pretty sure I won't find the sentence again, but it was something like that. If you want to use this, bit 7 of the mask has to be set to something else. I was like, what? Why? Why? This is not how the user-friendly software should be built. You should like click something, select something, and it works. But no. You have to know that a mask on this bit on the mask does this and this something like so. If you don't know how to do something in Express in ArduPilot, you will suffer while finding out how to do it. Of course, once you know how to use ArduPilot, it's obvious, because come on, I'm using this and it's obvious. But if you're just starting and just want to do something that's super simple, oh, you will suffer. I flew the Manta. I recorded a video at Manta, and I still have no idea how the VTOL setup should be executed, because it's also convoluted. I know that Betaflight or INAV might not be the simplest softwares ever, but comparing to what ArduPilot is offering you, they are the simplest thing ever. Just click, done. With ArduPilot, nope. You have to learn. You have to learn a lot, and then you have to suffer. But once you, of course, suffer enough, that everything is fantastic and you can just use it. But the initial phase, when you are just a noob and want to set up something, that's horrible. That, like, no. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I think INAV is doing an amazing job of providing a simple solution for everyone. Yes, no, RC. Yeah, okay. Yes, okay, maybe yes, okay, maybe. Yes, okay, it's not that ArduPilot is bad, because it's not. It's an amazing piece of the software. But the mission planner software that allows you to configure ArduPilot is something else. And complete and absolute lack of usability and good user experience while setting up is just a major pain in the ass, and that's all. There's no like saying anything else. My stream also has problems, Terry Fritz. I think it's either something on my side or on the YouTube side. I don't know, but yeah, there was a problem, but I think it's resolved now. So yeah. Mission planner sucks. FMC programmer. How difficult it would be to develop inertial reference navigation system with the gyros and accelerometer for our flight controllers. Hard? Well, we know the math. That's not a problem to have mathematics. If you are brave enough and you are willing to go into the rabbit hole of the deep mathematics with a lot of matrix transformations and stuff like that, you will be able to do it. You only have to know the math, but there is a different problem. It's not the flight controllers. It's the basically. Yeah, no, not me. I know there is something wrong. Seems like my internet connection is not the best today. Let's hope it will improve over time. It was working pretty nice throughout the whole week, but today it's not the smoothest. Indeed, I know. Anyhow, where were we? There is a problem, and it's stuttering again. Give me a minute. Okay. Maybe now it will be better. Turned out one of my kids was watching Netflix and probably just used too much of the available bandwidth. But she's not happy that she has to pause Netflix for the last like half an hour, but this is what it is. So going back to the problem. The fully inertial navigation system. The math is fine. Like, we can get the math. This is like, it's complex equations, yes, but it can be done. The real problem is that, unfortunately, our gyroscopes that we are using are not precise enough. This is something that you have to be very aware of. The class of the sensors we have in our drones, comparing to the real precise and not drifting, like costing hundreds of thousands of dollars per piece, it's like absolutely not comparable. Our sensors, our gyros and the acceleroskopes were designed to work with smartphones. This is more or less the class of the sensors we have, to work with the smartphone and to give you the orientation, how fast you are rotating your smartphone. And this is unfortunately absolutely not enough to have the precise navigation. Of course, depending on the distance and the time of the flight, etc. But if you think that using the MPU 6000, you can have the inertial navigation with the accuracy of the like hundreds of meters, then I think then you're wrong. This will never work, because there is just not possible. This thing will drift, and this thing will drift so much that after a minute or two, it will just go crazy and it won't work. So unfortunately, no. Volodymyr, no, I don't Twitch. I don't stream to Twitch, because why should I? I don't think that my kid hitting pause on Netflix really improved a lot, because YouTube still says that the quality is poor. Interesting, but maybe it will improve slightly later. Too bad on the topic of the sensors, but this is just not the class of the sensors that we need to be able to stream. That's just the reality. But okay. Another topic I want to run with you is that, well, the lifespan of the F411s and F722 flight controllers is ending. Although for the F411s it was clear that they are always like lagging, there is not enough serial ports, not enough flash, not enough memory, the situation with F722s is not really that much better. What's happening is that with INAV 8, we will have to make feature cuts. First of all, F411s will not be officially released at all, because it doesn't make sense. But the F722s will get a feature cut. How big will be the feature cut? That really depends, but most probably we will for sure remove some of the legacy serial protocols. You won't be able to use Spectrum, you won't be able to use some other. Okay, router has been restarted. Let's observe if now my internet will get any better. But I already see that we have a pretty good chance that it won't get any better, which kinda sucks. But let's observe. In case that quality is still poor, just let me know, because, well, no, I see that quality is... Same. Okay, guys. I think it doesn't make sense to continue streaming in those conditions. Something is wrong with my internet. I will have to create then the support ticket for my internet provider, but I won't be streaming when my upload is like breaking every few seconds, because that's just stupid, and this is waste of my time and waste of your time. So unfortunately, that kind of sucks. After 3 months of a break, I decided to have a stream, and what? And the infrastructure decided, nope, you won't be streaming because your internet now will not work, which kind of sucks, but too bad. But like, doesn't make sense to have this thing running at the moment. This is why let's maybe next week we will see if there will be a correct stream next week. But for today, that's basically all. So, damn, too bad. Thank you very much for thank you very much for watching, and like always, happy flying. Next time maybe the internet will work better on my side.